What is up, YouTube? It's the right gamer with the right channel and the right content, and we are back with another video. As you can see on the screen, NBA Playoff Predictions 2018 Round 1. I'm sorry I have been absent from YouTube once again, took a long hiatus. Can't really tell you the details of that, but just know that I'm back now, and since it's the playoffs, there's going to be a lot of content. I have 2 more videos planned to come out today or tomorrow. An NBA awards video and then a surprise video. You're gonna have to guess what that is. Guess in the comments below. But let's get started. The playoffs are gonna be super exciting, and I want to show you who I think is going to win in each round. In each matchup in round 1. So we're gonna start in the Eastern Conference with the 1 seed versus the 8 seed, the Toronto Raptors versus the Washington Wizards. Now, as you know, the Toronto Raptors have been stellar this season, claiming the first seed in the Eastern Conference, and the Wizards haven't had John Wall for a lot of the years, so they got the 8 seed, but they're still in the playoffs. And my prediction is that the Raptors will win this series in 6 games. Now, the reason why I say it's not a sweep or 5 games is because I still think the Wizards, now that they have John Wall back, they're very dangerous now. They could upset the Raptors. They still could win this series, but I just don't think that they can. And the Raptors are the deepest team in the league. They revamped their offense, so I think they're going to get past the first round, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be a fight. So I have the Raptors in 6 games. Moving on to the 4-5 seed, the Cavaliers versus the Pacers. And this is a very interesting season. This is a very interesting matchup because, you know, this has been a down season for the Cavs, getting the 4 seed instead of a top 3 seed. And LeBron has been having one of the best years of his career, but still his team is not that great, honestly. It's good, but it's not great. You know, one of the worst defenses in the league. And the Pacers have been a surprise shock team with Oladipo turning into an all-star, with Sabonis putting up good numbers and everybody on that team contributing. But to be honest, I have the Cavaliers winning this game in 6. Because honestly, I think they just have a little bit of a deeper team, and like, who's going to stop LeBron on the Pacers? I mean, Oladipo is a good defender, but he's just a lot smaller than LeBron, so I think LeBron will still dominate no matter who the Pacers put on him. So I have the Cavs in 6, but the Pacers are definitely going to steal a couple games because of Oladipo. He's going to put up some big numbers in the playoffs, and some role players like Sabonis and Collison will help them steal a couple games. Now, time for one of the most interesting matchups again. The 3rd seed versus the 6th seed, the 76ers versus the Miami Heat. And a lot of people like the Miami Heat is going to upset the 76ers in the first round. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I have 76ers in 5 games. And the reason why is because the 76ers are the hottest team in the league. At this point, they're on a 60-game winning streak going into the playoffs. They're just beasting and feasting, you know. Sorry, Chris Move. But, you know, Ben Simmons has had an amazing year. Perennial All-Star Joel Embiid, top 3 center in the league. Like this, and JJ Redick, Robert Covington, the pieces around them are so great. They're just having an amazing season. And to be honest, the Heat just don't have as much firepower to compete with them. They have Goran Dragic. He'll give you 20. Hassan Whiteside, not an offensive threat. And he's not a great defender. He's a great shot blocker, but not a great defender. So he's definitely not going to hold Joel Embiid. And the rest of that team, you know, they have good pieces. Tyler Johnson, Wade Ellington, Dwayne Wade, who is going to show up in the playoffs. But I just don't think that they are capable of beating a team of the 76ers caliber. So I have 76ers in 5 games. And finally, the last one of the Eastern Conference, the 2nd seed Celtics versus the 7 seed Bucks. Now, this is a very interesting series because Kyrie is out. So we don't know if the Celtics is going to make the Eastern Conference Finals. They're not guaranteed in everyone's eyes. Like, they weren't like guaranteed like 100% like, you know, Warriors last year. But they were like, I'm pretty sure that these guys are going to make the Eastern Conference Finals. So it's very interesting. But I do have Celtics in, surprise, surprise, 7 games. And the reason why I put in 7 games because even though they have one of the worst offenses in the league, and their offense revolves around Kyrie Irving. And if you take Kyrie Irving out, yeah, they still have some great offensive players, like some good offensive players like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown they both shown up this year, great young players. Al Horford can give you some points, but to be honest, they just don't have an offense. They don't have an offense without Kyrie, really, like a good offense without Kyrie. Kyrie is the center of their offense, but defensively, they're like the best or second best team in the league, which is why I think they will win this series. And the reason why I think it's going to go to 7 games is mainly because of the team that Giannis has. I mean, they're not very deep, but look at the starting lineup. You have Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton, Giannis, Jabari, and Monroe and Henson, whoever they decide to put there at the center position. Wait, no, it's not Monroe. Monroe's on the Celtics. My bad. But Henson at the center position. And there's a lot of offensive firepower in that starting lineup. From the 1 through 4 position, they can all give you 20 on any given night. So I think that's why they will push this series to 7 games, because they have offensive firepower, but they're not deep, and their defense is not that great. And with the Celtics, they have defense, but not that much offense. But I think the Celtics will win out in this series. So Celtics in 7. Over to the western side of things. Rockets, Timberwolves, 1-8. Rockets are easily going to win this, but I have them winning in 5 instead of a clean sweep. Because Jimmy Butler's back, I think he's going to really show up, and him and Karl-Anthony Towns are going to help them steal a game. But they're obviously not going to win this series, because Chris Paul and James Harden, you can only put Jimmy Butler on one of them. So somebody has to guard the other one, and it's not going to be Wiggins. It's not going to be Teague. So you just got to take the Rockets easily, and I have them winning in 5 games. Now, this is the most controversial part of this video. 4-seed Thunder versus 5-seed Jazz. Nobody thought the Jazz would make it this far, so congratulations to them. Shout out to Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, DPOY, if he qualifies. But most people are going to say the Thunder winning this series. I have the Jazz in 7. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, you're so stupid. Why would you say Jazz? Because they're 1 or 2 in defense at the moment. It's Celtics and Jazz at the top defenses. But they have the defense, and the offense is in Donovan Mitchell. I really think that they can beat this Thunder team. This Thunder team has really been inconsistent throughout the whole season. They've been the most disappointing team this season. So I really think that the Jazz can beat these guys. But the X factor on the Thunder, the only way the Thunder are going to win this series is if Melo shows up. Because you can have Russell Westbrook show up. He's always going to show up, but it might be on a bad efficiency, but he's going to do his best because he has that fire, that passion. Paul George is going to be great defensively, as always. Offensively, it's a toss-up, but defensively, he's going to be great. Steven Adams is going to do his thing, but if Carmelo can show up, have some big games in this series, then the Thunder are going to move on. But I'm just not going to put all my hopes on that, which is why I say Jazz in 7. Okay, so here we have the 3rd seed and the 6th seed, Portland Trailblazers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. I have the Portland Trailblazers winning in 5 games because the Portland Trailblazers have been a surprising team. They've been very good. They have CJ, they have Dame, they have Nurkic, they have Farid Aminu. They've been doing great with those 4 players. And the Pelicans, they're not deep at all. They're not deep. See, the Trailblazers, they also have bench players like, Shabazz Napier. They got Evan Turner. They have players that can do stuff off the bench. And the Pelicans is basically Anthony Davis in the crew. Like, you don't want to mention the other players. I mean, Jrue Holiday is an underrated player. He's a very good offensive, defensive player. Playoff Rondo is going to show up, which is why I have them winning in 5. Why I have the Trailblazers winning in 5 instead of 4. Because Anthony Davis is going to will this team to 1 game. Playoff Rondo is going to show up, and Jrue Holiday is going to do some things in that series. But Portland is still winning in 5 games. And last but not least, we have the Golden State Warriors versus the San Antonio Spurs. My Warriors versus the Spurs. Now, I know what you're thinking. Warriors getting knocked out in the first round. You just bandwagon. I know some people are going to think that, but whatever. We're going to move on. Warriors in 6. Now, here's what I think why. Even though the Warriors don't have Curry and they're like I can't lie, they're kind of a mess. They're a mess without Curry, in a sense. You know, as far as Warriors standards go, in recent years, they're a mess without Curry. But the Spurs just don't have enough firepower. Unless Kawhi Leonard comes back and is at full Kawhi Leonard mode, the Spurs are not going to win this series. LaMarcus Aldridge is great, but they just don't have enough firepower. They just don't have enough, offensive explosion to compete with KD and the crew, which is what it is right now. They still have Clay, they still have Draymond, they still have Quinn Cook, who's going to give some 20-point games in the playoff. So the Spurs are not going to win this one, but it's going to be a hard-fought series. So Warriors in 6. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and comment down below your playoff predictions and any other video ideas, any instrumental ideas that you want, any instrumentals that you want for future videos, because I'll download whatever you want. I'll do whatever instrumentals you want. But subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and I'm out.